So the next deck we have here, guys, is Tricky Terrain. We're going to try to move through this a little bit quicker. When we see a card that we think we already know that for new players that we don't think is worth mentioning, you could always pause the video as well and just take a look at the card if you want. But let's just focus on some of the good ones. So, dude, this one says 515 under the price. I know Matt just got done literally saying that it doesn't matter, but 515 is kind of crazy to me, and I feel like it's indicative of the power of the cards that are inside this deck. The commander for the deck is Omo, Queen of Vesuva. Whenever Omo, Queen of Vesuva, enters the battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to one target land and up to one target creature. Each land with an everything counter on it.
What everything counter
is each land with an everything counter on it is every land type in addition to its other types. Each non-land creature with an everything counter on it is every creature type. So it basically makes changelings.
Yeah, it makes creatures turn into changelings, essentially.
What do you guys think? I feel like this is such a crazy card.
It is. I mean,
yeah, I feel like that just sounds so fun to me. This
part is single-handedly ridiculous, specifically with this Precon deck list.
All right, so let's.
You're going to be seeing a lot of weird land synergies.
Really?
Very not often used land types.
Cool. So the next card we have is Magus of the Candelabra. You can tap him to untap target lands, and if you have lands to tap for more than 1 mana, which I'm hoping you probably do inside this deck, this card can really ramp you by a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and because you're playing green, you also have all those cards that say your lands tap for 2 or whatever. That's also good with this card.
Yeah. Fantastic. The oh my, that word, Floriferous Vine Wall. Try saying that 5 times fast. Floriferous. Just Floriferous.
Vine Wall. Thank you.
Damn, he just
man, I said Floriferous. Don't say Vine Wall. Vine Wall is like a break. You have to say Floriferous 5 times fast. Do it.
I literally said the whole title 5 times fast.
Okay. Whatever. So that word enters the battlefield. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You reveal a land card from among them and put them into your hand. Yeah, I feel like that's good. I mean, put a land into your hand. It would be better onto the battlefield, obviously. But, I mean, with this deck, you may... We'll see what happens. Maybe the lands are very important inside this deck. 2 mana, it's not bad. Oh, does he?
The commander says put everything counters on.
Bro, this is a defender, and then we got another defender. This is a wall deck. Defender, flying, fog bank. Yeah, that's 2 walls. I'm automatically gonna start giving this. I don't like the walls. I'm just throwing an X out there, guys. I'm not really into the walls.
I mean, it's a good jump block.
Drawing over the Vine Wall.
Late game, if I draw into this card at the end of the game, my forehead is going directly into the table.
Yo, I'd probably just get the Vine Wall for Sylvan Scrying immediately if that's not already in the deck list.
Yeah, well, you may be foreshadowing. We have a Hydroid Krasis. When you cast a spell, you gain half X life and draw half X cards rounded down each time. Flying Trample enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what this deck wants to do. I feel like the first 3-4 cards of the deck have been very random. Untap lands, 2 walls, and then a Hydroid Krasis, dude. It's cool to own.
This is one of those green-blue go over the top cards, but yeah.
It's cool to have. If this deck generates a lot of mana, I could see why this is here. But I'll give it a good because it's just a creature that draws you cards. But
I'm giving it a good. It's just that green's always been notorious for ramping into oblivion.
Yeah. Next card is the Poison Dart Frog. You can tap this 2 mana. You can add 1 mana of any color. You can pay 2 mana to give him Death Touch until the end of turn. I mean, it's
easy cut.
Yeah, right. What's going on here, guys? We got 2 walls and a frog, and then a flying frog, jellyfish thing.
Hey, don't be saying that to the frog, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you could be playing Birds of Paradise.
This could be a coquille or something. We got a
War Elves, literally.
It could literally be any card in the history of Magic the Gathering. We have a Satyr Wayfinder. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. I feel like what's happening right now is that there are lands inside this deck that are really important. It's not really ramping you per se, but there's just, it wants you to put lands into your hand to find the ones that you need.
Yeah,
so
definitely has a high focus on non-basic land things.
Yeah, we'll give a thumbs up to that one. We got the Wonderscape Sage.
Really going for $20 on pre-sale.
Really it is. Oh yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah, we'll list all the prices next to on the website we're looking at, but yeah.
Yeah. So you can tap this to return a land you control to its owner's hand, and then you draw a card. Then discard a card unless that land had a non-basic land type. Wait. If that card has a non-basic land type... So in other words, if you bring a basic land to your hand, you don't have to discard a card.
No, you're discarding a card if you're getting a basic land. It's referring to non-basic land type. It's referring to stuff like desert, cave, gate, locust lands, dark. I think Dark Depths technically has an ice. Yeah, it counts as a snow land.
Oh yeah, you're right. I see what you're saying. I read it backwards. Yeah, I mean for 2 mana, I feel like that's cool. I guess I kind of really like that card actually. I think it's good. Especially in decks.
Land is also anything that doesn't have basic land in the title, but yeah.
Dude, and the next card, Dryad of the Elysian Grove, is literally just you're playing multiple lands. That's what I was gonna say. This is a card that you're gonna play multiple lands every turn in this deck anyway, and then this pops up. And this makes all the lands you control every basic land type, and just to other types if that matters with other things inside this deck. Elvish Rejuvenator. Yep. You may put a land from among them onto the battlefield tapped. I mean, we're going to give that good. We'll go back to the Dryad because I didn't do this. We'll give that a thumbs up as well.
Dryad is definitely good. The
Rampant Frog and Frogantua? Whoa.
Frogantua, yeah.
Rampant Frogantua gets +10/+10 for each player who has lost the game.
That's really weird.
For 3 mana, dude? What? Whenever Rampant Frogantua deals...
One vampire.
Yeah, this is... Yeah. Whenever deals combat damage to a player, you may mill that many cards. Put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
it reminds me of the one... There's like the 7-drop vampire from, I want to say, Shards of Alara. It's called like Bloodthirsty Vampire or something. Whenever an opponent loses the game, it gets 5+1/+1 counters. It plays on that weird mechanic space.
Yeah. I mean, is this a card that you really want to play in this deck?
Probably. Because it says you mill cards when it deals damage, and then you can put the lands into play from among the milled cards.
Yeah, so we'll call it a good.
It's like situational ramp, essentially.
Yeah. We got the Ramanap Excavator, play lands from your graveyard. I mean, I think that's just very straightforward. That's just good.
Crucible Worlds.
Sage of the Maze. You can tap this to add 2 mana of any combination of color to your mana pool. This is a 3 mana dork. You can also tap it. Target land you control becomes an XX citizen creature with haste in addition to its other types, where X is twice the number of gates you control. Activate only as a sorcery.
That's good.
How many gates can you own?
Gates energy stuff.
How many gates can you have at one time?
I don't know. There's like 16 of them. But...
16 gates? So we can so in other words, you can create a 32 creature with haste.
Well, they're not all in green-blue colors, but what I was going to say is that your commander also makes stuff gates. Because it makes everything, makes all, like, makes target land all land types.
Yeah, it's a good card. We're going to give this a thumbs up.
You could be playing like 4 gate lands, and then you could also just make your commander make more things gates.
Bro, it says tap an untapped gate you control, untapped Saga of the Maze. So you could literally just keep creating those tokens over and over again. Or not tokens, just turning lands into creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a GG card.
Like I tap a few of my gates to untap this guy, and then I turn my other lands into
creatures, and now you lose. Next card, Scoot Swarm. I'm just gonna give this a good. That's just such a GG card sometimes. Scoot Swarm,
Arena by itself.
you just destroy it. The moment you see it, just die. Everybody just.
Card literally crashed Arena by itself. It's 10
all
out
that.
of 10 card.
Yeah, it's just automatic response. This should just say when Scoot Swarm enters the battlefield, target player destroys this card. It should just read. It should just say that on the
Enters
card.
Battlefield. Put your mutate stack onto it to confuse every other player at the table.
Yeah, that, and then just put it into your graveyard because somebody's gonna wipe the board. We got the Skull Winder. Guys, I don't even have to go over this one. This card, I would just play Eternal Witness. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. I mean, it's gonna ramp you. I like Uro in this deck. I just like Uro.
Uro's just a notoriously broken card, though.
Yeah, I like Uro. Uro's great.
Yeah, that's why I got banned out of Standard, but yeah.
And then we have, what is this? Jyoti Mog Ancient. When it enters
I'm gonna have to drop the call for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. When Uro enters the... No, that's Uro. Reading the wrong card. When the Ancient enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 Green Forest Dryad land creature token for each time you cast your commander from the command zone this game. Beginning of combat, lands you control get +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is Jyoti's power. Cool. Good.
This is pretty much playing into like the Dryad Arbor like deck building space. It's like Awaken the Woods is the other card they made that did the same thing, where you essentially make Dryad Arbor tokens.
Yeah, I think that's just seems like a fun card, and it just looks awesome. I want like a full art foil version
that
of this
other card that makes creatures into lands, the Sage of the Maze.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah. I feel like I'm gonna take this card out of the deck and build a commander deck with it. It looks super cool. Acidic Slime.
Blue land creatures matter.
Acidic Slime, you could probably take out of the deck. Tatiova.
Kind of slow.
Land enters the battlefield to draw a card, gain a life. Tatiova's always good, dude. Tatiova is just such a strong card. Hydra Broodmaster. Yeah, you know, if you have a lot of mana, you can monstrosity this a lot. I don't know. I feel like this is. I feel like the Hydra's kind of whack.
This is a cut.
Yeah, Rampaging Baloths. Rampaging Baloths is another one of those cards that just gets. I've never seen anybody win the game with it because people just destroy it immediately.
Yeah.
But
this is like one of those cards that had like 97 reprints at this point, but it still was like half decent.
yeah, it's one of those cards. Yeah, it just wins. It can win a game, or it just paves the way for your other win conditions to exist because people have to respond to this card.
Yeah, it's a very good distraction. Very good target for removal.
Yeah.
Because if you leave it alone, it will get out of hand.
Exactly. Uvenwald Hydra, I think enters the battlefield from your search library for a land card. It doesn't specifically say what kind of land. So you can literally grab any land. So that's fantastic. I think that's a really good one, actually.
Yeah. I wonder how much that will matter with this deck.
Are you foreshadowing again? We have the Avenger.
I don't think you want the answer to that one. I don't.
We're going to see. Avenger of Zendikar. Yeah, this is good. I don't even have to go over it, guys. This is just a good card.
Standard card, yeah.
Terastodon. 8 mana. You're probably going to have a lot of mana in this deck.
Oh, 8 mana.
8 mana, yeah. I just feel like this is just a really good card. When you have a lot of mana, 8 mana feels like 4 mana when you have a lot of lands in play. You get a 9/9, you get destroyed 3 non-creature permanents. Every time I play a Terastodon, dude, it just sways the game in my favor heavily. But I can see why. This is not a card you play against Matt. But that's what I think about that card. We have the Apex Devastator. Guys, this is a GG card. This is like...
Is this card really $20 right now?
Bro, this is a $70 deck. This is a part of the reason why you spend $70 on this deck. This is a good card, dude.
Yeah, like this is like one of my favorite. I go over the top green cards because it's just pure value.
That's what I'm saying, and yeah, it's just such a good
wow,
card.
It really is $20, $23.
Yeah.
We got Nissa, Steward of Elements. I think we're taking this out. Vivian Reed.
X1, right? Yeah.
Vivian Reed actually for +1, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library, put a land from among them into your hand, and I think that's going to be important inside this deck. So I think I personally would probably keep that in the deck. Just me being me.
Yeah. Also, the ult's kind of like okay, just a value ult.
Yeah, creatures you control get +2/+2, have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Yeah, and you could get to it rather not quickly per se, but you're not super far away at 5. Pongify, even if you're like Matt, you just take 50 extra turns, you'll get that really quickly. We have the Pong.
You're also playing green, so you could just play like a bunch of proliferate cards.
Oh, true.
Top 1 season.
Evolution.
We do have counters inside this deck too, so it would be something that kind of makes sense. We have an aggressive Biomancy. Well, the next card was Pongify. I feel like it's good. Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah, it's good.
Aggressive Biomancy, create X tokens that are copies of target creature you control, except they have when this creature enters the battlefield, it fights up to one target creature you don't control. So it's just kind of, I kind of like that card actually.
It's kind of like a removal spell, but it's also a clone spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like the cloning aspect of it. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of mana in this deck.
Yeah, like if you did this with like Avengers Zendikar or Terastodon, it would be like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even like some of the mid-range stuff it would be nice with.
Even Uro.
This deck has a lot of ETBs in it actually.
Yeah. Uro would be crazy.
You could clone Uro a bunch and get a bunch of extra land drops and a life gain.
Dude, and then make it so that all non-legendaries have to go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're not wrong, because your legendaries are going to die to the state-based action rule, but yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
You can do it on your own commander, right?
Technically, yeah, if you were to play the Mirror Gallery or something like that.
Or just die.
Arcane Denial, I like. Counterspell.
Yeah, well, also Uro would just die anyway, because it doesn't count as escaped, but yeah.
Fair, that's actually a good point. Curse of the Swine, I'm just going to put a big fat X there. Finale Revelation, yeah, we're going to get a big fat X. Growth Spiral, that's going to get a good. Sylvan Scrying.
Standard, yeah.
Search your library for a land, put into your hand. I feel like inside this deck is probably going to be important. Beast Within, good.
Beast Within.
Drowning Dreams, I mean...
It's a new card. No.
Yeah, I would not play this. March from Velis Vel. Choose a non-basic land type. Each land you control becomes that type. Each land you control of that type becomes a copy of target creature you control until the end of turn. This is a GG card.
Yeah, it's non-basic land types matter, essentially.
Yeah, this card wins games.
If you have like 5 deserts, you would make them all a copy of a certain creature.
Yeah, you can just turn them all into Uro. and then attack and then draw a card.
Becoming is different than entering the battlefield, but yeah.
Exactly. That would work. Then you get all the Uro triggers on the attack. That's crazy. And you can do it twice because it has flashback, dude.
Yeah, it's such a good like mirror box plus this. Yeah, you could do that. It's already on the field. You don't have to sacrifice it.
Dude, yeah.
You can turn all your you can turn all your
into what?
All your gates into Uros.
Into Avengers Zendikar, play a land, and then see all your plant tokens get like multiple counters.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, you can buff your plants a stupid amount.
Or you could turn it into a poison dart frog like we saw earlier. Because that was in the Precon.
Don't even get me started on poison dart frog, bro.
Poison dart frog.
And of course, the next card that we see here is Eureka Moment. Because that's exactly the moment you're going to have when you cast this, the March from Velis on the frog. Yeah, I mean, 4 mana to draw 2. I would take that card out of the deck. Harmonize.
Yeah, this is pretty much what it's the fixed version of Growth Spiral. Essentially, it's the nerf version.
Bro, Harmonize. I feel like we're in a blue deck. We don't need to be spending 4 mana to draw 3 cards. You know.
I'm not gonna make the joke of just put Ristic Study in it, but just put Ristic Study in it.
Yeah, just put any other card. That's what I would say. Just just an instant speed.
Less than 3, I'd probably play it.
Yeah, just something. Harmonize.
What do we put a brainstorm in over this?
anything.
You know what, Kev? I need you to
What?
while you're there, for all the new players, put up a Ristic study and then tell people this is what you need to buy if you're playing a blue deck.
How do you spell Ristic?
Did you pay the one?
Yeah, RHYSTIC, right, man?
I got it.
Yes.
Yeah, just buy this card. This is what Jose is calling out. Just buy this card, guys.
Yeah.
How much is it over here?
Not $40, I think.
Dude, $40. Yeah, just buy this card, guys. Don't even buy this deck. You're either gonna spend $40 on your next Precon, or you could buy this card. Just buy this card.
Or you're gonna buy Cycriff for $40. Or
just buy Ristic Study. And then proxy it in all of your decks that are blue. We have a summary dismissal counterspell. Just take this card out. Just get regular counterspell. Yeah. Evacuation.
yeah,
return all creatures.
Counterspells that all cost 3 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evacuation inside this. 5 mana, return all creatures to the owner's hands. Yeah.
Only because it's in green blue is this card good. If this was like any other color combination, the card would be like an insta cut.
Yeah, and a lot of the creatures. It's actually an instant.
Yeah, that's true. You can do it on someone's end phase.
I feel like
you do it when somebody's attacking.
I think it's not bad. I thought this card was banned, but I guess not.
No, you're thinking Upheaval. Upheaval's the stupid one where it bounces everything.
Oh, okay.
That's the one from Odyssey originally.
Next card is Hour of Promise. Search your library for up to 2 land cards, put them onto the battlefield. I feel like that's good. Just lets you get any land, basically.
And then, if you have 3 more deserts, make 2 zombies.
Yeah. But, like, do you really care about the zombies? You know?
Yes.
Do we?
Because once we get to the land section, I guarantee you're going to be looking at some very interesting things.
We'll see. Next card is a replication technique. You know, create a token's copy of target permanent.
That's good.
Urban,
I'm enjoying the cleaning aspect of this deck.
Yeah, this deck looks really fun. That's one thing I gotta say about all these decks so far. They seem fun.
A new one.
Urban Evolution.
Originally, okay. From the original Demonstrate cycle.
Urban Evolution, draw 3, you can play additional land. Yeah, take that out, guys. Take that out. Treasure Cruise. Yeah.
I'd rather play that new card we just got in Thunder Junction, where it's like, and you add 2 cards from the top of your deck to your hand, and then you you plot one of them.
Which card?
Yeah,
what is it called?
I'd rather just play that over this.
I'll play anything over that.
I don't remember the name of it off my head. I just know it's a common from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's 3 green blue sorcery.
Yeah, we got an expedition map as the next card. Search the library for a land card, put into your hand. I feel like that's going to be important. That's a good include. On turn 1, expedition map feels good inside this deck. Also, Soul Ring does too. We got the Arcane Signet, Chromatic Lantern, of course. Mirage Mirror, great. Oblivion Stone, cool. And then a Seer's Sundial. We have a Copy Land. I feel like I've never seen this card before, probably because it's new. You may have Copy Land enter the battlefield as a copy of any land on the battlefield except as an enchantment in addition to its other types. Interesting. Propaganda. Yeah, I would take the Propaganda.
I got that, yeah.
Yeah, take a card of the deck, bro. You would, of course, because everybody's attacking you. That's why you would. That's why you would play.
Yeah, but you'll attack them to death. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I usually take Propaganda out. Unless I need it. Next card is Desert Warfare. Whenever you sacrifice a desert, and whenever a desert card is put into your graveyard from your hand or library, put that card to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more deserts, create that many 1/1 red, green, and white Sand Warrior creature tokens. They gain haste. Yeah, I feel like this. I would just take this out and put this into the Yuma Precon. That's what I would do. I really like that card. I think that card's fantastic. Mana Reflection. You tap a land for mana. Yeah. Good.
10 out of 10.
You would... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would cut that, you said?
No, I said it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's such a good card.
Yeah.
No, there's no reason to cut that, especially not in a lands matter deck.
Okay, so let me see this. So we got the lands now, guys. I feel like everything has been built up to this moment. So you can pay 2 mana
You get to look through the land
for the Basilisk Gate. Target creature gets +X to land on a turn with X the number of gates you control. Okay, but every land we control that has the everything token is a gate.
Yep.
That's correct, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, this is one of the deck lists where we have to actually read through the whole entire land package instead of skipping 90% of it.
Yeah, there's 44 lands, bro. We have what?
You know what, Matt? I think you should just highlight because we're not. You should highlight the lands that he should probably read.
There's a lot of lands
So
here.
you just want me to go through the ones I think are interesting. Got it.
Yeah, just bring them out. Add to your mana for one for each. What?
Notoriously broken card that's banned in Modern Cloud Post.
Yeah, what is this? I'm reading that right now. Cloud Post comes into play tapped. Add 1 mana to your mana pool for each locust in play. So for each changeling essentially you create with your commander, you get to add that much mana for each one in play.
Focus land.
Say that again?
It's like a guy's cradle for locust lands. And
For locust lands or locust creatures?
Yeah, because locust is a land type.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Oh, wow. So then this card just... Yeah, you're right.
Locust lander, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a good one. I mean, 65 cents. But in this deck, I can see that being ridiculous. This Dark Depths is inside this deck, guys. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to read this one. So when it enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters, you can pay 3 mana to remove an ice counter. When it has no ice counters left, you sacrifice it. You create Merit Lodge, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token, flying and indestructible. Yo. That's a great card, dude.
Is that spin stage in deck?
What'd you say?
Yeah. Yes, Thespian Stage is in the deck. You're correct.
Holy shit.
Yeah, if you'd like to check the V, if you want to check the V section, also has the other land that synergizes with it. Yeah, some other quick stuff to go over with. You have a bunch of the desert lands from Amonkhet in here. You have the filter land, the green-blue filter, the green-blue check land.
Bro, guys, the lands inside this deck are crazy right now. Horizon of Progress.
More deserts. Yeah. I'm trying to find that one land that mattered a lot. This is
Vesuva?
The Horizon of Progress land. Yeah, Vesuva's the other one, the synergize it with Dark Depths, yeah.
The Talon Gates of Madara?
Progress card. Yeah.
Planar Nexus is in the deck.
Yeah, so just
does have Planar Nexus.
Just so that we can get, you know, this kind of sorted for a second. I think looking at the land, this is probably, remember we talked earlier, we were talking about having above average or below average land base. I feel like this mana base is the first. This mana base seems crazy right now, guys. The cards inside here, I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah. I think there's maybe like $100 in lands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or more than $100 in land.
Pre-selling prices, yeah.
Planar Nexus.
Yeah,
Planar Nexus is $52.
Why is that card $52?
Did you read what it does? Every non-basic land type. It turns on Urzatron by itself.
And other lands under that.
Yo, that card is crazy, dude. $50 though.
When I play Planar Nexus, turn 2 I play Urza's Tower, tap for 4.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, that's a good card. $50 though. Yeah, this deck is crazy.
Yeah, it comes in the Precon as long as you're not buying it as a single.
And oh my god, this has Yava Maya Cradle of Growth inside of it. What?
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, like the only good land is missing is it's missing Missy Rainforest and it's missing a Breeding Pool, but that's about the only good staple lands you'd put in this.
Yeah,
that aren't already in the deck.
That was exciting. This is the first time I've ever been excited to see a mana base before. So guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you giving this commander deck?
I'm giving this a 9.
I'm gonna give this
9.
one an 8. I'm gonna actually
9.
change my rating. I'm gonna make the second highest I'd buy.
Right? This
I make
is
the Graveyard Overdrive the third highest on my priority. Now that I'm looking through the list thoroughly.
okay. Interesting. Now you're shifting. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8. I feel like 8 out of 10. I feel like for the $70 that you spend on this commander deck, you're obviously getting good cards. If you're really into playing around lands, obviously you're gonna get something good. There's a $50 land inside this deck right now. I'm sure it's not gonna be 50 in the future, but I mean, dude, this card is kind of crazy. Yeah, this card's crazy. 8 out of 10 for me. I feel like it's really fun.